What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another live. This month is all about wealth and legacy, mothers building generational wealth. If this is your first time here, I'm Denetra Johnson, also known as the House Dealer. I'm a realtor and investor in the Metro Detroit area, and I use this platform to bring real conversations and real resources to people who want to build wealth. Each week, I'm bringing on experts who are actually in the field doing the work. And tonight, we'll be having a conversation about low income home ownership programs like Section 8, real estate, and building legacy while balancing motherhood. I'm joined by Kita Montgomery. She's a realtor, business owner, entrepreneur, and she has a degree in business from CMU, owns a Tax Journey Pros, and also is a fellow business partner of mine and co-owner of I Am the Brand. She also is a mother to a beautiful daughter and someone who's passionate about helping build wealth. With her experience with DHC programs, she brings a lot of knowledge and insight to this conversation. So welcome, Kita, to our live.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for such a lovely intro.
No problem. Okay. So, first question, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about you and how you got into this space?
Okay, yes. So, outside of what you said,
Mhm.
I'm a mom. I am a business owner and partner. Um, how I got into real estate is simple. I was fired from my first corporate job right after college, because they lost a contract, and so they downsized and cut my whole department out. So I was going to work for Fifth Third. I had got an offer letter, but transparently, I did not pass my background check. The reason
Mhm.
being is because I had a little situation in college, and I had a DUI. I made a silly decision to drive under the influence, and it was on my record. And so I was actually afraid to continue on working in the corporate world. So I decided to become an entrepreneur fully. So what I did was, I was studying for real estate and for tax preparation at the same time. I got certified for my tax prep, and then I also passed my state exam, for real estate in 2020. So that's when my career began, literally during COVID. So it just took off.
That's what's up. Congratulations to that, sure.
Thank you. Everything worked out for a reason. So
Yes, it does. It does, for real. Okay, so what is low income home ownership programs in simple terms, if you can let us know all about that?
yes. So low income homeownership programs include, the Section 8 homeownership program, either through Detroit Housing Commission offers it, or the state MISTA offers
Hmm.
the same program with different, stipulations,
Hmm.
and factors for their program. So, for example, for anyone interested and has a voucher, the same way that the voucher is being used for you as a renter, it'll be used for you as a homeowner. So
Hmm.
that portion that's being paid directly to your landlord will be paid directly to you or to the mortgage company to pay a portion of your mortgage on your behalf. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, okay. Now, who qualifies for this program, you said?
Yes. So, residents currently with a voucher. This program specifically is not for anyone that is on the waiting list or just recently applied or thinking about getting a voucher. You have to already have a voucher and hold it for at least a year.
Okay, all right. And is it just the Detroit housing or is it
Nope.
all over?
So it is actually Detroit Housing Commission actually has a full homeownership program. It has launched fully last year, And so they actually have two. So DHC owns properties, and they are giving the opportunity for those current renters that are occupying their properties to buy the properties from DHC at a super low discount.
Mm,
Plus, that includes 20% down payment grant for that opportunity.
mm,
On top of that, they do have the Section 8 voucher homeownership program as well, where, as I just described, they can use those voucher payments to pay a portion of their mortgage. I do
mm.
want to add that for a 30-year mortgage, the voucher payments will be covered for 15 years. Um, yeah.
That is a lot of information. I hope y'all writing this down. If you know anybody with Section A, I hope y'all are taking notes. Go tell a friend.
Yes. Um,
um, how do they, I guess, sign up for the program?
I would say start with an email. Drop me an email and then I'll forward it to the right party. If it's not a voucher held by Detroit Housing Commission, because that is specifically for that, MISTA does have one and they cover certain areas. So I'll connect you with the MISTA person if your voucher because there's different housing commissions, right? So if it is under MISTA, then you may be able to qualify through MISTA. If not, then it'll have to be DHC if you are a resident with them.
Okay, and what are the qualifications?
So income wise, you actually can be a Social Security recipient. You can work part time or full time. So if you work part time, the qualification is 2 years of employment history. If you work full time, it's at least 1 year of full time work history. Social Security, you need to be collecting or receiving at least 983 a month.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
And they still have to have at least a 580 credit score, you say, right?
For DHC, Detroit Housing Commission, it is a 600 or better minimum credit score
Okay.
across all three credit scores. For MISTA, is a 640 or better.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
40 or better. Another qualification is the resident has to take a homebuyer class. So, and it has to be a HUD certified agency that you take it through.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, because we have a question, they said I moved my voucher back from Grand Rapids to Mishta, and they placed me with RPI. Does this apply for them
I've
too?
heard of RPI. I can look into it. Let me make a note.
Mhm.
I don't know if RPI goes through MISTA or not, but I can find out.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And then you said they do offer down payment assistance, and do they need any type of money, any funds, to do this?
Well, neither. Okay, so when it comes to down payment assistance, DHC does not offer down payment assistance for the Section 8 homeownership program, only for what I was describing as the scattered site
Okay.
homeownership program, whereas the residents will be buying the homes directly from DHC. Section 8, Section 8, DHC and MISTA connects them with partners like lenders that already offer their own down payment assistance and also lenders that can stack that down payment assistance with other third party agencies.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that, Keita. Is there anything else that they should know about the program that you didn't already let us know?
Hmm. Let me look at my notes, make sure I hit everything. Um, yes, thank you. 1% contribution towards the purchase price. So
Mm.
when it comes to how much you need to come with, you need to, let's just already imagine the drawing board is at 100,000, right? Just depending on your income. So 1% of 100,000 is $1,000. You must contribute that towards your purchase, towards the acquisition of the home. So whether that be for the inspection, the appraisal, the earnest money deposit, you need to contribute something, no matter if you're getting down payment assistance or not. So that has to be a 1% contribution. My recommendation is, I mean, you can probably get away with, you can absolutely get away with 1,500, going through the process. My recommendation is shoot higher,
Mhm.
2,500, right? Because let's say you make that 1% mark, you want to give yourself some cushion for a moving truck. You might want to just buy new furniture, bedspreads, whatever for your new house that you don't want to take with you. So
Mhm.
2,500, but realistically, you can go through this process with 15.
Right. And then you got to earn this money deposit,
Yep,
inspection, appraisals too. So
yep.
keep
That
that
add
in
up.
mind.
That add up. Yep.
Yes. Can you give us an example of somebody, who closed on this program and what it, may have did for them?
Yes. So there was 13 homeowners. I forgot, I failed to mention, y'all. I used to work for DHC running the homeownership program. And
Hmm.
so, under my leadership, we were able to get um, 12 additional homeowners within the year 2025. So I'm just thinking of one impactful story. She was a middle-aged woman, and this was her first time. She was a first-generation homeowner. She was a Social Security recipient, and that was her only income. She was able to obtain a three-bedroom home in a nice neighborhood, um, and her monthly mortgage was like $800, right? Her portion was $108, and then DHC's portion was like 800 or $700.
Hmm.
Like,
Dang.
imagine that. And for Social Security recipients, if you're elderly or disabled, instead of it being your portion being paid for 15 years, it'll be paid for the life of the mortgage.
Mm,
Yes.
that's what's up.
So, yeah, her story is so dope.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, make sure y'all tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes, yes, yes.
How long does the program usually take to close on a house?
That's a good question. It's definitely gonna vary person to person. I would say on average, though, 4 months, right? Because a regular home buyer is like 2 to 3 months. But through Section 8, I would say at least 4 months. Now that it all depends on what path you're on. That's someone who's credit and income ready right now, right?
Mhm.
Someone else, it might take them 6 plus months.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for that information about the program. Now, Kita Montgomery is a mother too, y'all. So we're gonna jump into some mom questions.
Okay.
Okay, so how has being a mom shaped your journey as a real estate agent?
I would say, as a mother, I think differently about the word home, because you start thinking about things like the neighborhoods, the safety of the schools, financial stability, legacy building, generational wealth, all of those things. And so it really changed the perspective of how I treat my clients, right? Being that those are huge factors that affect me as a mom, and what I want my child to see and grow from. Um, so yeah, it really impacts how I actually operate as a realtor too, because I can understand those things are important.
What's something people don't see about, I guess, you being a mom and working in, the industry and just being an entrepreneur, period?
the balance behind the scenes.
Mm.
That's the biggest part. Because real estate, you really is really no clock out. Clocking in,
Mm.
clocking out is really just it's up. So
24/7.
yeah, it's up there. So I would say just balance taught me how to just adapt quickly, stay organized under pressure, and really just um, lead with compassion and discipline for real.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Um, what would you say is one of your biggest challenges? Just, being in the field and, just balancing both of them.
Um, Carrying the weight of my clients' fears and their goals, and this is such a major life decision, all
Hmm.
while still being a mom and showing up for my own family.
Yes.
But I did realize like sometimes when you wear a lot of hats, you just have to take one off, right?
Yes.
And you have to wear certain hats on certain days, right? Sometimes
Sure.
I show up more for my clients than I can for my child because I got to take that mom hat off. I
Yeah.
might have to put it back on immediately after, but it just all depends. And so
Mhm.
just knowing your capacity is important.
What I was gonna say, now do you take your daughter on the showings and stuff with you when you out in the
Yes,
field?
I do. I do. My daughter is 3, and she has seen, oh my goodness, over 30 homes. Like, she has been in and out of these homes since she was a little baby. So
Future
it's
real
just
estate
about
agent.
balance. Like we just said, it's not a clocking in, clocking out. It's 24 hours most times.
Yeah.
So shoot, we got to do a showing. I'm not about to just drop her up like, come on, girl, we about to go. And I
Yeah.
thank God because my clients have been receptive of me bringing her along. They even ask, can they bring their children? I love that question. Of course, mine coming too. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, Kita. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I love the story.
Yep.
So, what's one piece of advice if you have for somebody, I guess, that's a mom that wants to get into real estate or somebody that's looking to be a homeowner this year? What's a piece of advice you would give them?
Okay.
Well, two pieces of advice.
So I'm gonna start with the mom question. Balance, right? I believe it's going to be a constant challenge and battle, right? Because seasons change, things change. And so to combat that is staying organized, having a planner, operating on a schedule and an agenda. Don't just wing the day. So
Mhm.
you'll get more done when you operate off a routine.
Mhm.
But you can do it. You can do it. Don't be discouraged. Just start there to kind of have that organized structure for yourself and for your business.
Mhm.
And then for home ownership, what was the question?
Just a piece of advice, I guess, where they should start, I guess, right now if they want to start get into the program.
Yeah. Um, Honestly, you don't have to know that you know it could just be a thought, right? Like I think I want to be a homeowner, but prepare. There's nothing better you could do than to prepare.
Mhm.
And how do you do that? Just in case this thought is like, okay, I'm serious. I really want to do this. Like it's just a thought, but now it grown to a goal, a real life dream. The best thing you can do is be proactive, do the work. So the two main things we talked about is being credit ready and income ready. You need that
Mhm.
stability. So if your credit is not at that 600 or 640 for Mishta, then start doing things to get it there, right? Lock in on a full time job, or if you haven't been at your part time job for 2 years, make sure you stay at that job. Don't
Right.
don't move. Don't move. Just sit tight. So leave when you get the house and do something else, but
Yes.
just hang tight.
Stick to the mission.
Yes, just be proactive with getting towards those goals, even the savings goals, whatever you can
Hmm.
do. If you have a fixed income, do what you can. It could be
Hmm.
$25 a month. Do what you can. So don't overthink it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, where can the people find you, connect with you?
Yes. You all can find me on Instagram at the fact that I don't know my handle is I think it's the K-Way, it's the K-Way dot realtor. On
Mhm.
Facebook at Kita Montgomery. And
Mhm.
then I'm gonna drop my email in the chat.
Okay. And this is for people, that want to get into the program that has some questions and stuff.
Yes. I'll forward your email to the correct party.
And you can send her a DM as well, y'all.
Oh, you know what? Yep, you can.
Follow her page.
Yep, absolutely. This was really good.
Yes.
Should I drop the handles in the chat too?
You can. If y'all got any questions before we hop off, please drop them in the chat if you got any before we leave.
.com.
Or be sure to reach out to Kita for any questions about the program.
Yeah. I'm an open ear. You can shoot me a DM like Denetra said. You can email me. However you need to get your question through, ask it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kita, for coming on tonight and dropping all these gems. This was really
Yes.
nice.
This was
And
really good.
yes, it was.
Thank
For
you for
anybody
having me.
watching, if you missed part of this or you want to watch the live replays, they will be in my real estate community with the link in my bio. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Kita, once again.
Yes.
And y'all have a good night. Peace.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, I forgot about it. Happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Have a beautiful weekend, everybody.
Yes. Bye.
All right.